The United States holds immense sway in global trade. Its economic policies reverberate across the world. As the 2024 U.S. presidential election approaches, the world is watching closely. The outcome will have significant implications for international trade. The next 4 years will determine the direction of global trade. The U.S. plays a critical role in shaping trade agreements. It influences the flow of goods and services. The policies of the next president will impact businesses and economies worldwide. Understanding the candidate's stances on trade is crucial. The election comes at a pivotal moment. The global trading system is facing challenges. There are rising protectionist sentiments. Trade tensions are simmering between major economies. The next U.S. administration will need to navigate these complexities. The choices made in 2024 will have lasting consequences. They will shape the future of global trade. It is essential to examine the potential impact of the election. We must understand how it could reshape the global economic landscape. President Biden's trade policy centers on strengthening alliances. He aims to counter China's growing economic influence. He has rejoined the Paris Agreement on climate change. This signals a commitment to environmental sustainability in trade. Biden has maintained some tariffs imposed by the previous administration. These tariffs primarily target goods from China. However, he has also emphasized the need for cooperation. He seeks to address unfair trade practices through dialogue and collaboration. Biden's approach to trade is characterized by a focus on multilateralism. He believes in working with allies to address trade challenges. He has prioritized engagement with international organizations like the World Trade Organization, WTO. His administration is also pursuing new trade agreements. These agreements aim to promote fair trade practices. They also focus on labor rights and environmental protections. Biden's trade policy reflects a commitment to a rules-based system. It emphasizes cooperation and sustainability. Former President Trump's trade policy was defined by protectionism. He imposed tariffs on goods from various countries. This ignited trade wars, particularly with China. Trump argued that these measures were necessary. He claimed they protected American jobs and businesses. His approach was a departure from decades of U.S. trade policy. It emphasized bilateral agreements over multilateral ones. Trump's America First agenda resonated with some. However, it also drew criticism for disrupting global trade. If Trump returns to office in 2024, he has indicated a continuation of his trade policies. He has pledged to impose further tariffs if necessary. This raises concerns about renewed trade tensions. Businesses and economies are bracing for potential disruptions. The prospect of a Trump presidency has injected uncertainty into global trade. His policies could reshape trade relationships. The impact on global trade flows could be significant. The world awaits the outcome of the election with bated breath. Section 4. The China Factor. A pivotal point in U.S. trade policy. China plays a central role in U.S. trade policy. It is America's largest trading partner. However, the relationship is complex. The U.S. has expressed concerns over China's trade practices. The U.S. has imposed tariffs on Chinese goods. China has retaliated with tariffs of its own. This trade war has had a ripple effect on the global economy. The future of U.S.-China trade relations hangs in the balance. A Biden victory might lead to a more measured approach. A Trump victory could signal a continuation of the trade war. The outcome will have far-reaching consequences for international trade. Section 5. Global Trade Alliances, Navigating the Post-Election Landscape. The 2024 U.S. election will have profound implications for global trade alliances. The next president's policies will shape the future of these partnerships. The U.S. plays a pivotal role in organizations like the World Trade Organization. It also holds sway in regional trade agreements. The election outcome will determine the direction of U.S. engagement with global trade alliances. The world is watching closely as the U.S. charts its course in the global trade landscape. Section 6. Developing Economies, Charting a Course Through Uncertain Waters. Developing economies are particularly vulnerable to shifts in U.S. trade policy. They rely heavily on trade for economic growth. The outcome of the 2024 election could have a significant impact on their prospects. Biden has pledged to support developing countries. He aims to do this through trade and investment. His administration has emphasized the importance of sustainable development. This includes promoting labor rights and environmental protections. Trump's trade policies, with their focus on protectionism, have raised concerns among developing economies. The tariffs imposed by his administration have disrupted global supply chains. This has had a negative impact on some developing countries. The election outcome will determine the level of support developing economies can expect from the US. It will shape their ability to access the American market. Their future prosperity hinges on the decisions made by the next US president.